Hey, what's up guys, this is MugenLord here, and I'm back again with another video, and today we're going to talk about Microsoft and the Xbox brand once more. Now, I know a lot of you guys are saying like, man, MugenLord, you covering a lot of Xbox content on this channel, and I know, I definitely agree. I don't really talk about Xbox much here on this channel until recently, because Microsoft has been in and out of headlines because of their business decisions and the impact that it could have on the gaming industry as a whole, especially after the acquisition of course, ZeniMax when it comes to Bethesda and many other studios, and the acquisition of Activision Blizzard that happened recently. And there's so many other things that's been happening behind the scenes. Now, apparently, there has been a shakeup once again when it comes to its leadership, when it comes to the Xbox brand. So apparently, we do have a new president of Xbox, and yes, there's articles saying and celebrating that we have our very first black woman that's taken a role in a major gaming company. And you won't believe a lot of things that even Microsoft is saying moving forward when it comes to this shift. So before we dive into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that notification bell for more gaming content here on this channel. So we're going to definitely look at a couple of articles. We're going to talk about the decision because it looks like that this person or this individual, she goes by the name Sarah Bond. She has been around since 2018, I believe, and she was vice president of the Xbox gaming department at this point. But it seems and appears that there's many other players and leadership leaders who all got promotions, and she was just included in this promotion as well. So as one person went up, the next person followed suit, and since she was vice president, she moved up to the presidency. And will we be expecting some changes to happen moving forward? So we're going to dive into Yahoo Finance, and then we're going to dive into another article which pretty much elaborate on some other things that I really wanted to talk about. Oh, before we even go to that, let's go to the first article. Let's go to the other article first, because it has a particular thing or key point that I want to talk about here, because I think this shouldn't be a thing that Microsoft should be aiming for. But let's do this. So it says, Sarah Bond promoted to Xbox president amid leadership changes. Matt Booty, Takeshi Numoto, and Youssef Mehdi also promoted. Marketing boss Chris steps down after more than 3 decades. So it says Xbox has changed its leadership structure, announcing the promotion of 4 executives and 1 departure. As reported by The Verge, Sarah Bond, Matt Booty, Takeshi, and Youssef has been promoted to new roles. Bond is now Xbox president, overseeing Xbox hardware and software platforms, including player and creator experiences, platform engineering, strategy, business planning, data and analytics, and business development. Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer explained in an internal memo. Meanwhile, Booty has been promoted to president of game content studios and will oversee ZeniMax. ZeniMax will continue, quote, to operate as a limited integration entity by Jamie Leder, president and CEO, reporting to Matt, wrote Spencer. And then Numoto has been promoted to Microsoft CMO, taking over from Chris Capicella, who is departing after 32 years at the company. So this guy is an old head, had a lot of experience, and I guess it was about time for him. So you know what? I just want to step away, do some other things. And then it says former corporate vice president and consumer CMO Youssef Mehdi will take over Numoto's role. So that's what's going on. It's like a ladder here. It's just like one step after the other. Everybody's moving up. So it only makes sense that Bond herself is going to be able to move up as well. But it says, I couldn't be happier for Takeshi and Youssef, and I'm so grateful for my own 32 years of working at this wonderful company. Capicello wrote on social media, I've been shaped by the amazing Microsoft employees, customers, and partners with whom I've had the privilege to work with and learn from. Microsoft Chief Consumer Sales Officer Amy Silverman has been moved to the Microsoft gaming team to transform the gaming sales motions and attract new audience across markets, Spencer said. So it says the changes mean that once Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick leaves his role at the end of the year, more women will be in the leadership position on Microsoft gaming team than men. And this is what I'm talking about right here. It seems that Microsoft is really aiming purposely really aiming to pretty much focus on having more female leadership than men leadership. And I just don't understand, what is this mind frame? Like, having more women than men, what does that do for the company? I just want to know if these women or these men are capable for the job. We already know Microsoft, in my personal opinion, as far as these companies are concerned, Microsoft is lagging behind. I think everybody in this leadership is just ass. To me, this is just like failure being rewarded, and everybody's moving up. Everybody in the company is moving up at this point. A lot of restructuring is going on, especially after the acquisition, but they're just dead set on having more women than men. I don't understand. Is there some data that prove that somehow having more women in leadership is going to make the company even better? I don't know. I need to see the data on this, because I don't know why they're aiming for this. We already seen what Kevin Feige down at Disney Marvel has said about the MCU. He has plans, and this was his plans, to have more female heroes than male heroes, which I'm going to be doing a whole video talking about the MCU and moving over to a more feminine or more female dominant focus when it comes to it, and how it pretty much plummet all these decisions that they're making. And I just don't understand why these companies is just insist, because when you're saying that their goal is to aim to have more female leadership than male leadership, which means that you're proactively, purposely is going to just disregard men when you're looking for these positions, instead of looking for people that's highly qualified for the job. So we're going to go to also Microsoft Yahoo Finance as well, as where it says Microsoft appoints Sarah Bond as the new president of Xbox, making her the first black woman in the role at a major gaming company. And this is going to be the selling point moving forward. When you have a person of color or anybody who's a minority, they always take this, especially journalists, and this is where the problem comes in, because they take that as the selling point rather than, hey, here's their profile. This is the major success. This is what they've done for the company, you know, throughout the years. Point out their success. And in most cases, they never really point out their success, because the main highlight is their sexual orientation, their gender, and their color. And that's just the wrong way to go about it. And what that does is that set gamers off, that set many people's eyes begin to turn and roll when that happened. And then there's going to be a lot, what it does is it put a lot of pressure on that minority as well when they take over that role, when these journalists do things like this. Celebrate their achievements rather than their color. And that's all I'm asking for, you know? So Microsoft has appointed a new leader to take charge of the future of one of the top brands it owns. Following Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard, the tech giant named Sarah Bond as president of Xbox, The Verge reports. Alongside Bond, Microsoft promoted Matt Booty as president of game, content, and studios, which includes responsibility over the new acquisition of ZeniMax. Xbox, it's an honor, always. So Bond pretty much shared that tweet on her Twitter. So prior to the promotion, Bond first joined the Microsoft family back in 2017. Previously, she served as the leading video game company's corporate vice president, heading up product experiences for game creators across all Microsoft software and services, according to her LinkedIn profile. In addition, she has been the leader of Microsoft's diversity and inclusion initiative, as well as executive sponsors of Blacks at Microsoft Employee Resource Group. And it's also another thing. It's like most of us minorities, especially when it comes to these big companies or whatever like that, it always appears that we don't really get the positions, you know, out the gate for like the mega positions. It seems like the only way we can get through the door is for the diversity department. It's like that's the only thing that we're qualified for, or it makes the company look good that they have a person of color or any kind of minority in this position to say, hey, you know, we're open and inclusive and stuff. It seems like that we're only relegated to these roles in order to get in, and that's the crazy thing. So, are we actually useful to them, or are we just there just to be a mascot for them, and especially more for the diverse and inclusive department that these companies have recently added into their businesses and everything? So to manage the platform of today and build the platform of tomorrow, we are bringing together the teams that will make this possible. Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer shared an internal memo, according to The Verge, that Sarah Bond would lead this team as president of Xbox, bringing together devices, player and creator experiences, platform engineering, strategy, business planning, data and analytics, and business development. According to a Black Girl Gamers post, oh, here we go, Sarah is the first Black woman president at Xbox and at any major multinational gaming company. Under her new role overseeing the entire Xbox ecosystem, Bond will be over Xbox hardware and software platforms, the outlet details. Additionally, she will take the charge of leading the future of the brand that could potentially include redesigning the diskless Xbox X next year and a next-gen hybrid console in 2028, per The Verge. So the outlet, what do you mean by that? Next-gen hybrid console? Are they doing like a handheld or something? Handheld / console? What do they mean by hybrid console in 2028? We definitely want to look into that sometime in the future. So the outlet notes that as a result of the change in leadership at Microsoft, there will be more women in this gaming leadership roles than men by the end of this year. So this is what they're aiming for. And this kid, to me, in my personal opinion, I don't think that's going to bode very well. If that is their main mission, is to look for women in leadership roles rather than if they're actually qualified for these roles. Now, as I said before, all I can say is this woman a diversity hire? This woman has been around, Sarah Bond has been around since 2017, and she's been handling her department for a very, very long time. So all I can say is that she may be qualified for this. She's been around this long. They kept her around this long. She's been handling all these different departments, and then everybody's been promoted. She hasn't been the only one that's been promoted into such a high position. There's all her superiors or other people that's above her has also been promoted. So it's only right that she's going to follow that same chain and be promoted too. Now, I say that to say this. Now that she has moved in this role, and the thing is, as a minority, she has to keep her eyes open and say, yo, because these journalists, what these journalists are doing, and it's never good, their main focus is because she's a Black woman. She's the first Black woman. They constantly throwing in your face that she's a woman of color. And I will say this, journalists are mainly responsible for the downturn or for the bad reception a lot of these people get when they take, a lot of these minorities get when they get in these positions, because these journalists, they become the shield. They become the attack dog, because when you voice your opinion on it, they attack you and call you a racist or call you a sexist or any of the other things. And now, since these journalists have put it out there and keep glorifying her color rather than her achievements, she's going to have a lot of pressure on her, because now she has to show and prove. And not only that, she's now the president of Xbox, which means every decision moving forward when she takes that fucking seat, all eyes are going to be on her. We already seen the current state of Xbox right now. So let's make this clear. Xbox is not really, in my personal opinion, doing that great, as far as they could be doing a lot better than what they're doing, as far as putting out high quality game, putting out more exclusives, and focusing on, you know, making sure that the Xbox and a lot of developers can pretty much work with the console and be able to pull the most out of the console and stuff. But instead, they're pushing the Xbox Game Pass and this whole digital platforming thing. But now she's in the powerful position. Now everything is going to be on her now, and the journalist is not making it any better for her by constantly pushing her color, pushing this whole diversity narrative, opposed of showing her that she's the right one for the job. Because I think that's what the problem is with today's gaming right now, is because we're focusing too much on a person's sexual orientation, we're focusing too much on a person's color rather than their actual achievements. Because I believe if you actually put out what their achievements are, and what can they offer to the company, and what kind of experience that the consumer can bring, more people will be receptive. More people is willing to take a chance. But we've been burnt so much. The community's been burnt so much with this whole, you know, diverse inclusiveness. Your races, your sexes, your this is that and the other. If you're not down with the movement or the ideologies that we have. So that automatically turns people away. The best way to go about it is to point out these people's achievements. What have they done? I think that's the best way to go about this, but they're not doing that, which means now she is going to have a lot of pressure on her, because any mistake or any downturn or any faults that's happening, people's going to come straight for her neck on social media. She's going to have a hard time trying to navigate through this. And all I can tell the sister is, you better do a pretty damn good job. You better show and prove that you have what it takes to be able to run and take over such a big responsibility, because being the president of Xbox, that is a big responsibility. That is a big responsibility, you know, right now, you know. And the biggest thing is, the pressure that you have right now is the fact is that, yo, did you really earn this position? Are you qualified for the job? People's going to look at that. So any decision moving forward, everything is going to fall on you, sister. Everything is. So you better do it up. You better do it big, and you better show and prove, because this community and the gaming community is fed up with a lot of this nonsense that's going on, and Microsoft is not helping it by reporting that they're looking for more female leadership, that they're purposely going out to hire more women than men. So that's already giving the wrong message. And now that you're the face of Xbox, that message is going to connect with that, saying that we want more female leadership, and we're purposely going out for female leadership. You're the face of that now. So all I can say is the best of luck. But that pretty much wraps up this video. Definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comment sections below. What do you think about this? Do you think Sarah Bond is right for the job? Do you think she's a diversity hire? Do you think that it's going to get worse from here for the Xbox division for this decision? Do you think that overall that this may not just be a diversity hire, just that everybody just sucked and now it's just failure just moving up? So I definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comment sections below. If you liked the video, hit that subscribe button, notification bell for more gaming content here on this channel. This is MugenLord signing off. I'll see you Game Fiends later. Peace out.